Hello friends, this is teacher JV. Today we're studying 10 words based on the theme politics. Politics. The first word is to speak out in favor of something. To speak out in favor of something is advocate. Advocate. An advocate is a verb. It has three syllables. A, D, V, O, C, A, T, E, X on the first syllable. Advocate. Advocate means to speak out in favor of something. Some environmentalists advocate removing large dams from the Columbia River. Advocate. The next word, the power to make decisions, to tell others what to do. The power to make decisions, to tell others what to do is authority. Authority. Authority is a noun, and then it has four syllables: A, U, T, H, O, R, I, T, Y, X on the second syllable, Thor. Authority, and then this T flaps because it's a vowel sound, and this is vowel sound as well. So you say authority. Authority means the power to make decisions, to tell others what to do. The governor has the authority to call the legislature together for emergency sessions. Authority. Next one, strongly and with a lot of bad feelings. Strongly and with a lot of bad feelings is bitterly. Bitterly, and bitterly is an adverb. It has three syllables: B-I-T-T-E-R-L-Y. X on the first syllable, and then this T flaps because it's a vowel and another vowel. Say bitter, bitter, bitterly. Bitterly means strongly and with a lot of bad feelings. Senator Thomas bitterly opposed the movement to design a new state flag. Bitterly. The next one, someone who wants to be chosen, especially in an election, for a position. Someone who wants to be chosen, especially in an election, for a position is candidate. Candidate, and candidate is a noun. It has three syllables: C-A-N-D-I-D-A-T-E, X in the first syllable. Candidate. Candidate is someone who wants to be chosen, especially in an election for a position. In most US elections, there are only two major party candidates for president. Candidate. The next one, a group of several different groups or countries that are working together to achieve a certain goal. A group of several different groups or countries that are working together to achieve a certain goal is coalition. Coalition, and coalition is a noun, and it has four syllables: C-O-A-L-I-T-I-O-N. Action on the third syllable, lition. Coalition. Coalition means a group of several different groups or countries that are working together to achieve a certain goal. Several local churches, mosques, synagogues, and temples formed a coalition to promote understanding among people of different religions. Several local churches, mosques, synagogues, and temples formed a coalition to promote understanding among people of different religions. Coalition. The next one, to challenge. To challenge, To challenge is contest. Contest. And contest is a verb and it has two syllables. Contest. Actually, the first syllable, contest. Contest means to challenge. Dave Roper, who narrowly lost the mayor's race, contested the result, demanding a recount of the vote. Contest. Okay, the next word is a process in which people choose officials. A process in which people choose officials is election. Election. An election is a noun. It has three syllables. Election. Action the second syllable. Election. Election means a process in which people choose officials. Because of problems with vote counting 4 years ago, international observers monitored this year's election to make sure it was fair. Election. The next one, to bring into public office. To start formally. To bring into public office. To start formally is inaugurate. Inaugurate. And inaugurate is a verb. It has four syllables. I N A G U R A T E. Actually, the second syllable. No. Inaugurate. Inaugurate. Inaugurate means to bring into public office, to start formally. The US president is elected in November, but is not inaugurated until the following January. Inaugurate. Inaugurate. The next one, unapproved way for approaching a certain kind of situation. Unapproved way for approaching a certain kind of situation is policy. Policy. And policy is a noun. It has three syllables. Policy. Actually, the first syllable. Policy. The policy said that government money could not be given to any private hospital. Policy. Okay, the last one for today is to find out a small group's opinion so that you can guess what a much larger group thinks. To find out a small group's opinion so that you can guess what a much larger group thinks. It is poll. Poll. Poll means to find out a small group's opinion so that you can guess what a much larger group thinks. The newspaper polled 500 registered voters and found that only 27% were in favor of expanding the city zoo. Poll. Now let us find the word or phrase that is closest in meaning to each word in the left-hand column. Write the letter in the blank. Number one, policy. Policy is a way of handling a situation. So the answer is going to be D. Policy, a way of handling situation. Number two, candidate. Candidate is a person who is running for some kind of election. So candidate is going to be C, a kind of person. And then number three, authority. Authority is a power. So answer is going to be B, a kind of power. Number four, coalition. Coalition is a group. So groups or countries coming together, coalition. So answer is going to be E, a kind of group. The last one, election. Election is a way or just like process of choosing. So answer is going to be A. Policy, a way of handling a situation. Candidate, a kind of person. Authority, a kind of power. Coalition, a kind of group. And finally, election, a process of choosing. Now complete each sentence by filling in each blank with the best word from the list. Change the form of the word if necessary, and use each word only once. Advocated, bitterly, contest, inaugurated, polled. Number one. In the early 20th century, politicians fought about whether the US dollar should be based on gold. So you fight, and then there's nothing good but bitterly. So you fought bitterly, Terly. So in the early 20th century, politicians fought bitterly about whether the US dollar should be based on gold. Number two, only 1 month after he was blank, President Harrison fell sick and died. Only 1 month after he was, so we need past participle, and then not advocated. It could be inaugurated. 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 Only 1 month after he was inaugurated, President Harrison fell sick and died. Number three, my opponent says that I cheated on my taxes. I blank that charge, and I will prove him wrong. So this one, opponent, and then I try to prove something wrong. So I do something against. So it's going to be contest. Contest. My opponent says that I cheated on my taxes. I contest that charge, and I will prove him wrong. Number four, their predictions about the election results were not very accurate because they blanked too few people in advance. So not enough data. So it's going to be polled. Polled. Their predictions about the election results were not very accurate because they polled too few people in advance. Number five, last year, the Freedom Party blanked giving medical treatment even to people who could not pay for it. So they say something for some other people. So it could be advocated, Advocated. Last year, the Freedom Party advocated giving medical treatment even to people who could not pay for it. Now read the passage to review the vocabulary you have learned and answer the questions that follow. In the history of US presidential elections, the year 1876 stands out as one of the oddest. That year, polls suggested that one person had won the popular vote, but another had won more official electoral vote, just as happened in the year 2000. In 1876, however, the election was so bitterly contested that a special electoral commission was given the authority to determine which candidate, Republican Rutherford B. Hayes or Democrat Samuel T. Tilden, had won. This commission represented a coalition of interests. The Democrats favored this because otherwise the head of the Senate, Republican Thomas Ferry, would probably have been allowed to declare the winner. In the end, the Democrats were disappointed as the commission advocated the Republican cause. The situation was not settled until March 2nd of 1877, only 3 days before the scheduled inauguration of a new president, Hayes, as it turned out. Only then did America find out who its new leader would be. Americans seem not to have learned many lessons from 1876, however, because in 2000 there was still no official policy on how to settle an election that hung on a few contested votes. The problem was settled by the Supreme Court much faster in 2000, but still, no real system had been set up to deal with the situation. Number one, In what way was the 1876 election even odder than that in 2000? A. It happened much earlier. B. It involved only two major candidates. C. One person won the popular vote and another won the electoral vote. D. The uncertainty over who would win the presidency lasted many months. So answer is going to be D. In what way was the 1876 election even other than that in 2000? It was the uncertainty over who would win the presidency lasted many months. Number two, who decided the outcome of the 1876 election? A. The Special Electoral Commission. B. Thomas Ferry. C. The Supreme Court. D. Rutherford B. Hayes. The answer is a Special Electoral Commission. Okay, friends, this is the conclusion of today's study. I will come back to you with another 10 words as soon as possible. Until then, keep studying English and have a great day. Bye.